Greetings, sir and sirettes, and welcome back to From the Depths with me, Lathrix, and of course, welcome to one of our lovely blood altars over in the campaign. In today's episode, I have one very simple goal, which is to find the end base of the White Flyers, and to test out our lovely new nukes in a live combat situation. So what I'm going to do is make a small fleet of purely nukes, which we will be sending against a large force of enemies. Consider this a weakening force, in order to simply damage some of the larger vessels on the enemy team, before we send in the Bloodthirster or something else. We do really need to send in the Malal's Will and the ammo barrels for a few glorious final battles. As much as I do love them, they do need to be swapped out now for some of our more elite forces, similar to the Bloodthirster and any future designs I make, since they are now a little bit dated to be used properly this late into the campaign. As much as I do love the Malal's Will, definitely one of my favourite vehicles I've built in a very long time, especially considering it's a giant wooden battleship. So I will be right back as soon as we get into the first battle, and hopefully one of our lovely scout balloons will find the main enemy base. One thing I am considering is making an all-laser version of the Bloodthirster. Well, laser and perhaps particle cannon, just because it wouldn't be too difficult to remove all of our regular cannons, add some proper fuel engines, now I've done a bit of research on them, and then simply pepper the enemy with laser shot after laser shot, as honestly, our rather medium-sized laser system has been doing ridiculously well. Imagine if we focused on that. Well, here comes the first battle of the day, and it's going to be a serious test for the laser systems. We have 2 sets of Dragonclaw, and then of course a humble little Martr. Okay then, let's see how this goes. Hopefully, the laser system will be able to disable pretty much all of them before they reach the Bloodthirster, because if not, a single Dragonclaw could potentially kill the Bloodthirster if it does reach melee range, as there's no real counter to that once it's within probably 30 meters. And so we begin. Okay, going for the Dragon's Claw straight away, thankfully. Swapping target a little bit too much. One of them has been taken out, now 2. A third is heavily damaged. A fourth is now heavily damaged as well. This one is taking a lot of fire. Okay. The Martr was completely ignored, which I'm very happy about. The laser goes after speed and then size, and it's the size count which is causing it to constantly swap between targets. I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing, honestly, as it does mean it's crippling them all fairly effectively, but it does mean it's not finishing them off, it's just moving to the next target. Also, hitting that Martr with these cannons is going to be a serious pain, so why don't I just jump off and manually detonate it, eh? Because who doesn't love punching a nuke in the face? As my dad always used to say. Hello, Martr. There we are. Okay, so I've basically attached myself, and apparently I can turn off the thrusters. Okay, that's helpful. So, where is your mainframe then? That's a pretty good question I've got to ask. Thrusters, off, stop. Okay, so by the looks of things, it's directly underneath us. I'm just hoping that neither of these control blocks basically read, at X health, detonate. It's really hard to tell since it's all painted like black paint down here. Either way, though, the engine's been turned off now completely, so it's not going anywhere quickly. Yep, by the looks of things, it did have a at X% go boom, because I just took out the mainframe and it went boom. On the upside, we did technically capture it, so we do have the design at least, so I'm going to scrap the force, like so, and keep the blueprint for future use in the future. Futuristically. Interesting, maybe I was wrong when it came to the control blocks. There is no control block here saying to activate the weapons. All I can think of then is maybe what's happened is when I've took out the mainframe, since it is very close to the nuke, the resulting explosion simply set off the nuke. Ah, because it's also attached to the Heartstone, which would also explode. Okay, so it's just one of those things. However, nope, that does seem to be what it is then. It's just a matter of it took too much damage and it went boom naturally. Well, here we go. This is going to be interesting. 2 dissectors versus a mini swarm of our nukes. Which we definitely need to spawn higher in the future. Hello! We're nukes! Well, there goes the first. And laggily, there goes the second. Both of them are now 2 damaged. All of you off. No point in wasting any more. You all should have been ignoring it anyway, but it seems like you were just going so fast, you couldn't stop yourself. The swarm claims its first victory. Funnily enough, that cost us very, very little, since each of these is only just over 2,000 resource. That was practically nothing. Now, we could actually make these nukes cheaper. I've seen some designs online. I actually had a quick look-see of how other people have done it. Now I've already made one. It's not a matter of me needing to learn how to do it. It's a matter of me perfecting the design if I do choose to use other people's designs and learn from them at very least. But I just like how these look. They're so orky. With the engine at the back all exposed like that. I just adore them to bits. What I'm hoping is that we can find a larger opponent in the not-so-distant future to test out the nukes properly. Something like a single perforator would be amazing. Oh, hello there, main fortress of the White Flyers. We have some presents for you. I have no idea how this is going to pan out. We have 3 sets of the Dragon Claw versus our nukes. Like, seriously, how on earth is this actually going to play out? And so it begins. Melee vehicles versus melee vehicles. Well, the Dragon's Claws have weirdly went into the water very early on. Whoa! One of the nukes detonating on the balloons. Didn't see that coming. Okay, a second nuke going off, actually on a Dragon's Claw. 3 Dragon's Claw have been defeated already. It's really hard to tell what's going on with all the balloons and everything going into the water. Seriously, guys, why you do this? Oh, one going off over there as well. Just nukes flying everywhere. I think the Dragon's Claw will win this, mostly because of the healing, honestly. If they couldn't heal, then maybe that would have went better for us. Seriously, you knocked off this one's control block. There we go. Thank you for ramming it and detonating it manually for me. There's one underneath here somewhere, apparently. I can see the green light. I can't actually find it myself. There we are. What's wrong with you? There we go. Go towards the target. No, there we go. That was rubbish. It did kill most of them. There's only 4. No, that one's dying as well. So there's only 3 Dragon's Claw remaining from the swarm. Oh, no, there's one more. Oh, there's one more. Okay. Apparently, we still have 1 nuke alive again, stuck in the water. It seems like a lot of them took damage from their EMP missiles, which really knocked them off course. Like, it either destroyed the control block or destroyed some of the turrets, causing them to just flail wildly like this one. Okay, so now there's only 4 remaining. Yeah, once again, control block destroyed. It's meant to be there. And detonating on its face. That was so stupid. It killed most of them, to be fair. It did kill the vast majority of them. So let's just send in the bloodletter to finish them off. The bloodthirster, rather, to finish them off. The bloodthirster has appeared to avenge its children, the poor little nukes which lost their lives valiantly fighting against the enemy. After all, we are the force of good in this world. So, you just detonated straight away. I don't know if that was because of the laser or because of previous damage. I have seen that happen before, which is kind of weird, honestly. So, let's see with you 3. Everyone is healing, pretty much everyone else. It seems like, yeah, you're definitely worse for wear after that last attack. That nuke attack only costs about 30,000 resources, so I definitely need to improve the nukes and make them even better, because that's just stupid. Though honestly, against enemies which are quick, or have a lot of missiles, or use lasers, the nukes are going to be nowhere near as effective. We have to remember, we are fighting a faction which wants to ram us. That really helps out the nukes. Also, that doesn't use lasers at all, at least to my knowledge, and mostly relies on advanced cannons. Well, there goes the Dragon's Claw. Goodbye, and goodbye to you too very, very soon. Stop ignoring salvage for a second, just kill this thing. Lasers, everyone! The Bloodthirster brings life from the lifeless. In the form of adorable love hearts. Ain't we sweeties? Now that's more like it. Against us, we have the Judgment. That is going to be a lot more fun. So we have a larger opponent against us this time, so let's go ahead and move all of these things into place. Now, after this fight, what I need to do is quickly jump into the sandbox mode and resave the test nuke so that it has an automatic altitude which is higher than 13. Currently, some of these have a higher altitude because they got bounced by a nuke, and then after which they got healed again. So, yeah, I really need to change this so they can be spawned in at least 50 meters above the water, because at 13 what's happening is they're instantly going under the water and losing almost all of their speed, which is just completely pointless. So, let's just have all of these like so. And hopefully this will go well. I'll jump onto you for a moment just so I don't have to move the camera all the way, but I will have to jump off before the battle starts. So this is 201,000 worth of materials versus just about 30, just under 30, just over 30, somewhere around there. And so the swarm locks on. Hello! Hello! Where are you guys going? He's definitely not dead yet. What on earth happened to you? That was just weird. Yeah, something tells me the control blocks aren't functioning correctly either. What's going on with those? Oh, they're off for some reason. I kind of thought once I repaired it that would have changed. Obviously, I was massively wrong. And for some reason, basically means we turn them off to capture things before, if you recall. No, the gun is actually aiming at us now. Darn it, so hoping that main gun would have been defeated there. Yeah, that's so my bad. Have we got one of our things trapped inside? We still do! Okay, let's have a quick look-see at that. Since I don't think they can actually kill this... Am I on the right one? No, I'm not. So where is the one inside? Is it... No, it's there. God, that's impossible to actually select. There we go. Whoa, we're upside down. That's, interesting. I think capturing this would be a little bit cheaty here, but at the same time, I think we are going to win, because we're going to cause this thing to sink. Oh no, it's lost all of its weapons! And we have captured it! Oh my god, this is so cheesy and stupid and skillless. The nukes aren't even a good design. Oh my god. Oh, to the person who made the Judgment, you are absolutely wonderful. The Judgment is an amazing vehicle. Oh, I need to stop using these nukes. That's just too cheesy. But the thing is, we've been lucky with the enemies we've been fighting with them. That's 108,000 resources we just captured. I'm kind of glad... Oh my god, this version doesn't have the control block. No wonder the control blocks haven't been going off. They don't exist. I'm kind of happy they don't right now, but that's why we need to make versions of these without nukes, which just have... Honestly, we could add harpoons to them or something, just so they stick to the enemy. I feel really bad here. That was so cheesy. So cheesy. So to clear something up, the reason why these don't have the control block to set off the nukes within a certain distance is that when I was testing them, I was finding them to be a little bit underwhelming unless they directly ram the target. But at such close quarters, the control blocks were unreliable at best, so I simply didn't have them, so I didn't have to pay the cost for them. I thought I had re-added them, but actually I didn't, and now I'm thinking about it. Even with some of them hugging the enemy rather than detonating, I still think it's better that they don't have the control block, as weird as that is. It was an accident, but it did have reasoning. I just forgot I had done the whole reasoning in the past. I think this may be a war crime. Nukes, meet village. Village, meet nukes. Okay, so the battle has just started. So here's one of the issues. Because each of these drones is a duplicate of each other, they all have the exact same targeting, which means they're all going to go after the same target. Which results in that. Great versus one large target, but when there's lots of small targets... My god, they actually perfectly took out the turrets. Are there any other turrets left in this village? That was a sodding targeted strike. We only killed the military targets. We are the good guys. See, you guys thought I was being less than serious. We are clearly the good guys. We nuked the military targets without causing any civilian casualties. Ignore the fact we're using the mainframes from the enemies to power our nukes. That is just par for the course. So this is their main base anyway, the Gorgons. So I guess what we should do is just go through this village, attack this strength 24, and then attack the base before they reinforce. When I last checked, they were quite close. That's a slowdown time. Yeah, strength is 50.9, so they will be producing a force any second now, especially on ×2, even though they only have 2 resource zones left out of 5, did they have? Oh, hello, what are you? I don't even know what that is. Well, the electrolysis will distract you. Okay, so the cornflakes, the ammo barrels, and the Malals will, I think, are about to be ambushed. Guys, get together, huddle together, we want to fight them as one force. The electrolysis will just be a suicide vehicle to hold it at bay until everything's nice and compact. Sorry about this electrolysis, old pal, but you're going to be used as a bit of a scout here. I could, of course, bring these in, even though they're quite far away, but I would rather have them at a good distance. Whoa, those things are expensive. The Longinus is how it's pronounced, question mark? Never seen that word before, so probably horribly wrong. I can't even remember what weapons the electrolysis actually has. It's a stolen design, it isn't mine, I don't know what it does. I know it's a vehicle. Oh, ramming each other there. Lovely. A bit of friendly fire. Oh my god, that's a lot of friendly fire there. Blocks going everywhere. So, you're the Mr. Long, are you? Okay, that sounded different to what I wanted it to. Either way, there's the Zealot. The Zealot is such a classic design for me, and will always make me think of the early days of From the Depths. That is a really cool design. So it's using jets similar to the lightning hoods to turn around, that's fine. Has rams underneath, I'm guessing these also have hydrofoils, yes they do. So it's actually a kind of pseudo water skimmer. That's interesting. Come on, electrolysis! You may have once been part of the lightning hoods, but now you serve me! The amount of friendly fire going on with the enemy team is glorious. Do you guys have graviton rams? Because that was a weird movement for me. That was Matrix mode. You just dodged so many shots. Then you lost an arm. Then you lost your butt. Ooh, hello, Zealot. Well, that was a fairly quick battle. On the upside, quite a bit of friendly fire, so they are a little bit weakened now before the next fight. Seriously, look at that. That's not good for them. Being sustained by repairs. Okay, let's just jump off. There's no point in just repairing this over and over and over again. I could just turn my repair tentacles off, but then... Wow, that's just mean. I would end up forgetting to turn them back on. Though once again, the amount of friendly fire was kind of glorious there. Do you want to... Oh, please ram each other. Please, 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 please. Come on, do the thing. Well, you kind of shelled each other, but sadly the shields held up. So that just happened. So you lost 3%, you lost 1, you lost 4, and you lost... Whoa, over 30! And so begins the battle. The Malal's Will, 2 cornflakes, and 2 ammo barrels. The Wooden Legion versus the White Flyers. Well then, it's been a while since we've used the Malal's Will. Let's see how it holds up against some higher level opponents. Oh crud. Yep, that's not gonna end well for us. Okay, so a lot of firepower going straight against us. Not exactly what I wanted to see. The Malal's Will struggling with the direction the enemy's actually moving. Okay, a fair chunk of damage done, but by the looks of things, the Malal's Will is not faring much better already. Oh, it seems like the enemy is turning by mistake. It looks like we've turned off its turning controls, which I'm completely fine with. Come on. Oh, the detection system on the Malal's Will is clearly still set up for the slower and larger opponents. Not exactly suited for this battle. I mean, it is hitting the target, don't get me wrong. It is putting up a good fight, but the Malal's Will is not looking its best. Yeah, you've also destroyed the center turret. Ah, and there goes another turret. Well, poop. How's the cornflakes doing?
Taking control.
Oh, there goes the AI of the Malal's Will. You tried, but you really didn't. You got so close to scoring a win there. Well then, here we go. Perhaps the last hurrah for the Malal's Will, the cornflakes and the ammo barrels. So, how are we going to do this? So the ammo barrel should be quite far away, but not too far away. So, somewhere like there. It's been a while since I've used any of these forces. And the cornflakes are going to be as close as possible. We want them shooting their missiles as soon as the battle starts. So something like that. Okay. Malal's Will. I don't know how much I believe in you here. Advanced cannons will shred you. We can hope it goes well. And so it begins. The enemy is straight away going for the Malal's Will. No surprise there. Hopefully the little cornflake over here will be able to do a little bit of damage before it's focused on. What is the name of that smaller craft anyway? Is it just a dissector? Yes it is. Okay. Continue. The enemy is firing at us straight away before we could even level the broadside. But it looks like they're going to hit directly on the front there. My god, the enemy shields are good. That did significantly less damage than I expected. Still a fair bit, though. Still a fair bit. A lot of the guns have been removed. The second cornflake has already came in due to the block damage. Well done, Malal's. Oh, you've lost... Yeah, you've lost a fair few bits yourself there, haven't you, buddy? The two cornflakes there happily destroying the already damaged dissector, which was damaged by friendly fire before this battle started. You are ignoring salvage, so why are you shooting at that? You're already ignoring salvage. Stop! You're being silly. Oh, the other one! I forgot there was a second, even though I just mentioned it. I am that derpy. Come on, Malal's Will, if you can do this, I am going to be so proud of you. Oh, massive internal damage there on the Malal's Will. Thankfully, the cram cannon's doing some serious work. This time around, though, we don't get that initial broadside. Mostly because multiple turrets have already been removed. And incoming melee! Oh, the lag. The serious lag. Oh, that looked really painful for both sides, honestly. Oh, never mind. Huge chunk ripped onto the side. It was just hard to see. Okay, had to pause the game there. The lag was getting a little bit out of hand. Oh, Malal's Will! Oh, you poor thing! Oh, you're being just flipped. Oh, the ammo barrels are doing such a poor job. They're out of range of their missiles and the shells are missing so much. Oh, there we go. I've just turned off my repair tentacles. That's just not fair. Wait, sustained by repairs? Is that the repair bots? Okay, here's a question. If sustained by repairs can actually occur via repair bots, it never used to. I will actually stop using repair bots because that is massively unfair. Goodbye, Malal's Will. Look at that. Wait, don't the ammo barrels have torpedoes? Okay, good. By the looks of things, no, repair bots do not cause that to happen, so that's really good. I'm already on the fence about using them, honestly, just because the enemy can't. But I feel like I can't deny myself everything. There's already so many things I'm trying not to use and not to do, and that's just too much. Goodbye. I really need to use ammo ejectors, because that's so pretty. Even if I haven't used them effectively yet, it's just pretty. Oh, one enemy does remain. I was focusing so much on that, and the fall of the Malal's Will, I sort of forgot, you know, we're actually in a battle here. Thankfully, this was in range of pretty much everything from the ammo barrels. And has already gone down, and that is, of course, the Zealot. Although the shells are being deflected very handily by the Zealot's shields, but the Zealot just doesn't have the combat capabilities to fight against subs. Both cornflakes, amazingly, are still alive. Man, I have got better with the detection systems, because the old ones like that are just terrible. So much so, my stamina came back there for a moment. Behold the swarm of missiles! And goodbye to the Zealot. Thank you so much for playing, and you are out. And so the fight is over. Thankfully, the subs just hard-countered the Zealot, so not exactly unexpected there. Incoming the torpedoes to help finish off the already AI-dead enemy. And the fight is won. The Malal's Will, though, it tried so hard. That first enemy just about defeating it in time. The second one claiming victory. Well done, little wooden legion. You continue to make me proud. The enemy has finally sent an attack against us. With so many of the resource zones taken down, it seems like the fortresses can very quickly be crippled in terms of how fast they can create forces. Either way, we have the Devourer and the Martr. So what I think we're going to do, since it's heading towards us anyway, is use the nukes as a sort of buffer. I really want to see the Devourer attack the nukes, both of which want to attack each other in melee range. It's going to be a bit silly, but I will say this, after the white flares are over, I will no longer be using the nukes in this format. I just think it's a little bit too cheesy, even for me. It's been loads of fun. I will still use the nukes, but only when they're created in the battle. Sending them as a swarm and just having them instantly spawn in, it's just, you can't really lose. Even if I do lose the entire force, that's like 20,000 resources. It's absolutely nothing. So to expand on what I was just saying, it's not even that the nukes will always be that effective. There will be a lot of designs which will simply hard counter them. It's just how low risk they are. The best case scenario is that we spend between 20 and 50,000 resources to take down something possibly 20 times more expensive. The worst case scenario is that we just lose 20 to 50,000 resources, get a load of scouting information, and probably do at least a little bit of damage, if not simply hold them up. It's just too low risk. You could probably play the entire game doing stuff like that. But maybe I'm just over-analysing it. Being a YouTuber, it is a bit difficult to ignore a lot of balance issues. I mean, that's why I've stopped using fragment shells, that's why I've stopped using the bonuses for the faction stuff, that's why I've stopped doing quite a lot of things, in fact. Even spam missiles is now extremely rare for me. Behold, Devourer, your fallen comrades now taking a brand new form. Well, there goes your front drill. It's kind of falling. Didn't expect that. Oh, just look at that, though. That is just beautiful. The amount of explosions. Oh, wow. Just... wow. I think it's going to win, though. Damn, the Devourer can take so much damage! No, oh, wow, it took a huge chunk at the very end, but yeah, it did win. It's just on a ridiculously low amount of health. So next we'll just send in the Bloodthirster, just to finish it off. I can't see this ending well for the Devourer. There's actually a really good chance that it's completely disarmed at this stage. It's at 50% health, so the chance of it being able to actually get to us... well, I guess we're going to find out. What I will do is turn off everything as soon as the battle starts. There we go. Let's have a quick look-see at it. Is it able to come towards us? It actually is. I mean, the Devourer is such a well-made craft. And 2 damaged. Wow, it was so... see, it was so close to being 2 damaged, and yet it was still able to move towards us. What a truly brilliant craft. Whoever made that should be ridiculously proud. That's easily in my top 10 of all craft. And once again, we have a little Martr underneath us. You've got to admire how much they try. The fact you can just turn this thing off by getting close enough does make this rather easy. And you know what? I just can't help it. Finally, we have rebuilt the lovely Judgment, and so, to test its loyalty to its new legion, there's a certain village which no longer has defense turrets. This front turret is way smaller than I originally thought, and I mean that in a really good way. It's been built very compact. However, I wonder how sustainable this is. The fire rate is only 600, but it is 2, so it's actually 1,200. First of all, allow gun barrels to roll. There we go. No! Only one of them is currently spinning around. You evil little village. Say hello to your former comrade. Let's put it there, and we'll stop it from moving and just make it use its guns. Okay, it's pause time. There we go. Okay, well I've changed it to fleet move, so it's going to just sort of circle around here and slowly gun away at these enemies. It shouldn't take too long anyway. Oh, there goes one of the buildings. Those shells just go straight through metal. Aha! Taking manual control. That was the answer the entire time. There we go. Kinetic damage shells are so good, but are so hard countered by shields. I really wish there was a more happy medium with them. I could be capturing all of this, but I'm just having fun watching them melt. Well, at least this house has really, really good ventilation. One more building down, and only a few more to go. And apparently, by default, this thing does actually attack salvage. See? I'm not the only one who forgets about that. Full broadside. Oh yeah, I kind of forgot that the AI on that thing is right at the top. And here's where it comes into an issue. Since currently, AI in this game can't figure out what land is. So I may need to jump off and finish off those last two. Definitely will have to, okay. And that's one building for us, and now moving to the second. Hello there, Churchy. How are you doing? People must break their necks trying to get into here. Well, I'm impaled. If I recall correctly, the AI is on the bottom anyway. There we go. That was pretty much perfect. Although, I did think there were two. Okay, so there we go. We have captured two of the village buildings, and the judgment has successfully been brainwashed. Although, we are now under attack by the Dragon's Claw. Nukes? Nukes. Let's do nuke. Actually, that would be a really bad placement for this. How about the judgment? Judgment versus Dragon's Claw and Martr. I will allow them to kill the buildings, because most likely they're going to hurt themselves a lot. There's a lot of terrain here, and I don't know how well the Dragon's Claw are going to deal with it. The Martr really isn't going to deal with it well. A little bit anticlimactic, but I've just looked at the time and I am really running out of time today, so I'm afraid I am all out of time for today's video, but don't worry, I will be recording the next one as soon as possible, so expect the next video to be incredibly soon in comparison to usual. In the next video, we will go ahead, destroy the main base of the White Flyers, possibly capture them. I would love to try and capture it, especially since we now have the laser on the Bloodthirster. We should be able to take out the AI without that much trouble and then simply board it. At least that's the main plan. After which, we will go to war against either the Grey Talons or the Steel Striders, which I believe are also very close. But since the Grey Talons have been a looming threat this entire time, it's likely I will go against the Grey Talons. So if you have enjoyed the video, then of course, likes, favourites, shares, comments, all that good stuff helps out me, helps out the channel, and most importantly, shows that From the Depths is a series you wish to see continued in the future. In the next battle, we will be attacking the Dragon's Claw versus the mountains. Thank you so much for watching, and goodbye.